Hi, I'm James Wolfe, the builder of Boo Bicycles. I studied industrial design at the Rhode Island School of Design, but I've been making things like furniture, boats, and renovating old houses my whole life. I've always been fascinated with Japanese design and craftsmanship, so after I graduated from RISD, I moved to Japan, where I found a master woodworker that accepted me as his apprentice. After a few years in Japan, I felt that I was sufficiently saturated. I learned a lot and felt I had absorbed the Japanese aesthetic and spirit of craftsmanship. I was still comfortable in Asia, so I considered several Southeast Asian countries, and after much research and visits to several countries, I decided that it was Vietnam where I wanted to settle down for the next few years. Bamboo is actually a grass, and one plant sprouts many new poles every year. It only requires sunlight and water, no pesticides, and it has many environmental benefits, including a very high rate of carbon absorption and an extensive root system which prevents soil erosion. Harvesting the bamboo at the right time is so very important. If it's too young, it's too light and flexible, and if it's too old, it's too brittle. There's a certain point in its life, actually just a few months, when it's of the optimum quality. This is when I select my poles. When I walk through the forest, I can tell exactly what age a bamboo pole is just by looking at it. This selection of the right species at the right age is vital to the quality of Boo bicycles. I believe that the tempering process is very important to ensure the quality of a bicycle frame and to ensure that the pole itself will not split. Based on my extensive experience with timbers and design, you must always consider the expansion and contraction across the fibers when the moisture content fluctuates seasonally. The structure of bamboo is a composite matrix of very strong fibers called vascular bundles that give it strength, and a binder holding them in place. The combination of two types of elements is very similar to what we see in rebar and cement, or fiber and epoxy matrices. In a bike, the fibers offer the stiffness and strength, and the lignin provides the vibration dampening qualities. Part of my tempering process is that I prefer to slow dry the poles from their green state. This may take several months. After the poles have completely dried, then I start the 6-month to 1-year tempering process of cyclically swinging the humidity content from very low to very high repeatedly. Basically, I simulate 20+ years of seasonal changes. This works out the stresses inside the material and assures longevity. Bamboo has some engineering properties that make it the perfect material for a bicycle frame. It has a tensile strength that is equal to or greater than steel. However, it is light. But the most amazing characteristic that you'll notice immediately when riding a bamboo bicycle is that all the vibrations almost disappear. The first time I rode one of my early prototypes a few years ago, I was stunned at the smoothness of the ride. After a few hundred meters down the road, I was asking myself, where did all the vibrations go? Boo bicycles, stiff, light, smooth. Pick 3.